From Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy, 5620 Crawford Street in the Harahan area, welcome to Catholic League Football. Hi again, everyone. Eric Ritchie, pleased to be joined by Rummel head coach Jay Roth, where once again those Raiders are on top of 5A, number one in the state, a 7-0 record. Coach, what a year it's been already this year. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me again, Eric, and it really has been a great year. It's hard to believe it's already mid-October. It's like I just woke up August 1st going to my first practice.
We started off this show with Coach Roth on week one, and as he knows, for the next 30 minutes, we'll talk to Coach about last week's game. We'll look ahead to, of course, a monster matchup this week with Jesuit. We'll also talk to our good friends here at Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy and hand out our Nola Catholic League Player of the Week. But first and foremost, Coach, when you were here week one, we were looking ahead at your schedule, a brutal schedule, non-district, and you talk about two River Parish teams on the road. You talk about Dutchtown, Acadiana, Catholic. You went through them all, 5-0. Even before we get to the Catholic League, what was that brutal run like?
Well, being that we came out of it 5-0, it was really cool, you know. Last year we were 3-2 coming out of it, and we had some rough go, you know, those first 5 games. So, to be honest, we played real well, and we played some real good football teams, Catholic, Dutchtown, Acadiana, you know, the two growing programs in the River Parish. So it definitely prepared us for what's ahead. But I didn't realize the Catholic League would be this strong from top to bottom getting into it. So, you know, hopefully these first 5 games, non-district, prepare us for what we're about to go through these last 3.
What did you learn about your football team those first 5 weeks, of those brutal games, most of them on the road, Coach? What really stood out and got you prepared for this unbelievable Catholic League schedule?
Well, to open week 1 against a talented East St. John team, then take on a team in Hornville who has a new coach and had a lot going for them there at the time. They were you know, 1-0 at the time. They were very excited. Then to go to Catholic High and shut down one of the best running backs in the state in Geis and win that one on the road in front of a full house. Then you face the defending 5A public school champions in Acadiana who put a whooping on us last year. And then Dutchtown go there and I'm not saying get revenge, but turn the tables on them after what they did last year to us, scoring, you know, 31 unanswered points to beat us 31-28. Yep. So I was very happy with, you know, the start at 5-0. I thought we answered all the questions I need to know at least up to midseason.
And what were some of those questions? Obviously, Chase Forcade matured and became more of a leader at quarterback. Your defense kind of rallied around a couple of injuries, missed players early on. What were some of the main questions you wanted answered?
Well, seeing Chase, first of all, improving on what he did as a sophomore, which I think he has. A veteran offensive line leading the way, you know, without really an established running back when we lost Israel Tucker in the Jamboree. Some running backs have stepped up and done a good job. And then defensively answering questions like, can you shut down a Veer team like Acadiana, who set a school record rushing against us last year, and shut down a good running back in Geis at Catholic High, who's one of the tops in the state. So those questions were answered.
Let's talk about the opener of the Catholic League first. You maintained the megaphone. It will stay in Metairie another year after a resounding victory over Shaw. Tell me about that game and opening up Catholic League play against the Shaw Eagles team, who was also flying high at the time.
Yeah, Shaw was 4-1, one of the top running backs in the city, and Trey Regas. And I think the game got away from Shaw early. They threw 2 interceptions on their first 2 offensive plays, and we had a 14-0 lead before Shaw's 3rd offensive play. And I think that got him out of his game plan in running Regas. And we executed very well offensively, and our defense, you know, they really didn't give the ball to Regas much because they had to play catch-up the whole game. But, you know, we took care of our business early in the first half and enabled us to kind of, you know, ease through the second half.
And then that led to last week's game, of course, taking on the defending Catholic League champs in St. Aug, a team that beat you, Coach, during the regular season a year ago, a team that had beat Curtis this year already. It was a close game at halftime, 7-0, but then you put the whooping on the 3rd quarter. What was the difference in this football game? What happened from a 7-0 game to, I believe, it ended 35-6?
Right. Well, first of all, they had our respect. I mean, you beat John Curtis not once but twice in 2 years. You know, I don't care what happened to them the week before against Brother Martin. We were very wary of St. Aug. And to be honest with you, 7-0 at half, I was not surprised because they played the same defense they did against Curtis and Brother Martin. And they had 2 extra guys we couldn't block, so we really had trouble running the ball. We got our pass protection down at halftime, and we scored 3 out of the first 4 plays of the second half to get, 21 points in the 3rd quarter. So kind of give us a little breathing room there. So definitely the passing game and the pass protection enabled us to kind of pull away and shut down a potent St. Aug offense, which has scored a lot of points against a lot of people.
How much did it bother Coach Jack Gillard and your defense that they scored on the last play to kill the shutout?
Well, I think all defensive coordinators, they look at numbers, they look at stats, and I'm an offensive guy, so I really don't know how he feels. I know Coach was upset with that, but I said, come on, Eddie, it's the last play of the game, but that's how defensive guys are, and players and coaches, they want that shutout no matter what. And we had young kids in there, so the best thing was that our older kids were out the game and our young kids got to play.
We're just getting started here on Nola Catholic League football here from the Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy. We're going to look ahead and look at the Jesuit game when we return with Coach Roth, but right now we look back at all 3 Catholic League games, and we start, of course, with Rummel and St. Aug. Mutual respect for Rummel's Jay Roth and St. Aug head coach Cyril Crutchfield. This one pitting the defending Catholic League champs against the defending Division I state champs. First big play of the game came from Rummel's Christian Fulton. Junior cornerback had a huge pick in last year's state semifinal win against the Purple Knights, has another here to stop the St. Aug drive. That gave the Raiders offense the short field. Quarterback Chase Forcade goes to work. First to Damien Jean-Pierre, then to Ashanti Wheatley, all the way down to the 1-yard line. Forcade takes it from there, the touchdown from point-blank range, and Rummel strikes first, leading 7-0. Stayed that way until St. Aug threatening, but once again, it's Fulton, who missed the early part of the season with a shoulder injury, coming up with the big interception to thwart the Purple Knights drive. Not much offense in the first half, not much stopping the Raiders in the second. Forcade goes deep to David Hensley. That's a 53-yard touchdown, and Rummel quickly out of the gate in the third quarter, up 14-0. More Raiders defense. Andre Danove had 2 picks last week against Shaw. Give him another one here, and the Raiders offense in business again. They would capitalize. Again, it's Forcade and Hensley hooking up, this time a 48-yard touchdown, and just like that, it's 21-0 Rummel. Next drive, another Forcade to Hensley pass set up this. Forcade and the Raiders offensive line moving the pile, and Forcade breaks the plane. That's a 5-yard touchdown. Impressive effort. 28-0 Rummel. From there, the Raiders defense was dominant, harassing St. Aug quarterback Justice McCoy from every angle. Sure, the usual suspects, Briston Guidry and Tyrell Jacobs, getting theirs, but other Raiders hungry as well. A dominant performance by Eddie Jaculard's unit. Devin Hutton adds a late touchdown out of the shotgun, and Rummel cruises to a commanding 35-6 win over St. Aug.
We came out slow, and we have to always come out fast, because if we come out slow, we give a good team to come back. But Coach gave us a prep talk at halftime, and I had to get the offense together, and we came out. We scored 2 easy, quick touchdowns, and just put the game away.
Teams that don't turn the ball over, they usually don't win. So when the game was kind of competitive at the beginning, we had too many turnovers. So that's what happens when you do that. Well, we knew what they like to do, and we tried to counter that as much as possible. But once they got some things going, then once we couldn't stop the bleed.
Brother Martin looking to start the season 7-0, facing Holy Cross Friday night at Tad Gormley. First play from scrimmage, it's Holy Cross coming up big. Quarterback Kyle Hunter connecting with Michael Chigbu, who's going to break this one for a 74-yard gain all the way down to the 6-yard line. Holy Cross couldn't punch it in. It did set up a Tigers field goal, and Holy Cross led 3-0. Later in the first quarter, it's Brother Martin getting on the board. Jake Brogy up top to Irv Smith, breaking free for a 33-yard scoring strike, and Brother Martin is on top 7-3. Holy Cross responded. A long drive ended with a 15-yard touchdown run from Trey Turner, and once again, Holy Cross on top, this time leading 10-7. Brother Martin has one of the best 1-2 punches in the city with Jared West and Bruce Jordan Swilly. In the second quarter, they began to take over. First, Jordan Swilly, exploding for a 63-yard touchdown, and Brother Martin had taken a 14-10 lead and would never look back. Next up, Mr. West. He too will find the end zone from 13 yards out, and the Crusaders' explosion was well underway, leading 21-10 at the half. Third quarter, back to Jordan Swilly. The two-way star again will score. A 38-yard run, part of his 155-yard rushing performance. Then, fourth quarter, back to West. his second touchdown run. West finished with 179 yards rushing, but they weren't the only runners to get into the act for the Crusaders. How about Fernando Harris late in the game, finishing off the scoring barrage with a 47-yard jaunt to the house? Brother Martin is 7-0, 2-0 in the Catholic League, hammering Holy Cross with 35 unanswered points. 42-10, the final.
We were off in timing this week. The timing was off this week in practice. It translates. How you practice is how you're going to play the game. That's the message our kids have heard since I've been here as an assistant. And, for 9 years, or assistant and head coach for 9 years. How you practice is how you play. Our timing was off. Our timing was off tonight. I'm not happy about that. So we got to get our kids refocused again. There's too many distractions. We allowed that as a staff. We allowed the distractions. It can't happen again.
What are you happy about?
The win. I'm happy that we're 7-0. I am happy that we're 7-0. There's a lot of life lessons to be learned. Again, do what you do. Do what you do that has gotten us here, and we've lost sight of that a little bit this week.
It's got to be all up to my guys. My 4 guys with me, tight ends. We're brotherhood. We keep it. We just opened up the holes, and the running backs made the plays, and the running backs too. They made a great job breaking tackles. The running game's our strength, and I think we're going to ride that to district.
I think total we had about 3 guys out on defense as starters, and we had 2 guys definitely out on offense, starting wise. So our kids fought, proud of them, especially early. I think just the numbers kept caught up with us. Depth.
Shaw and Jesuit also having some Saturday afternoon delight, squaring off on the West Bank. Homecoming for Shaw, and the Eagles seemed inspired. After the Blue Jays took a quick lead, Shaw would answer. Matt Keller hooking up with Bryson Simmons. That's a 13-yard touchdown. This game is tied at 7. Jesuit responds. Trey LaForge, little misdirection, goes right back to Kalijah Lipscomb, and from there the Blue Jays junior wide receiver just flat out outruns the Shaw defense. About as quick of a 47-yard score as you'll see. Jesuit led 14-7. Still in the second quarter, Keller is going to dump it off to Trey Regis on the screen. Following a terrific block from number 62, sophomore Cameron Jackal, Regis will break it. 16 yards for the game-tying touchdown, and once again we're tied 14-all. But from there, Jesuit pulls away. 35 unanswered points. 5 rushing touchdowns included this one from defensive lineman Hunter Robert. Jesuit is 6-1, 2-0 in the Catholic League after the 49-14 win over Shaw.
Realty Executives, where the experts are. The best agents are the most professional and knowledgeable. The best agents are executives. Realty Executives, serving New Orleans and all surrounding communities. Now with offices in Metairie, New Orleans, Mandeville, Herrero, and Destrehan. Realty Executives, where the experts are.
Hi, at Tachi Insurance, we can do it all, not just life, health, and employee benefits. But now we've expanded our product portfolio to include all commercial lines of insurance. At Tachi Insurance, we can truly be your one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. At Tachi Insurance, you get personalized service from Natalie
and Kelsey Tachi.
The Buckwalter Insurance Group has been servicing clients for over 20 years. Our Kenner office, just off Williams on 20th Street, is here to handle all of your personal and business needs, whether it's auto, home, life, commercial, or business insurance. The Buckwalter Insurance Group is here to help you prepare a strategy to achieve your financial goals. Also with offices in Booty and Destrehan. Stop by or call to get a quote today. The Sports Pub and Grill in Destrehan has it all. A great place to watch the game, daily drink specials, and you won't believe the food. From our fresh 10-ounce burgers, fully loaded baked potatoes, and great salads too, like taco salad and grilled chicken. Need something to rinse it down with? How about one of our refreshing daiquiris? A great atmosphere for the whole family. Just a few miles west of the airport. The Sports Pub and Grill, 3001 Ormond Boulevard in Destrehan. They're gearing up for college showcases here at Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy. More information on that as we move on. Welcome back to Catholic League Football. Eric Ritchie, Jay Roth from Rummel, here with you on another week. Hard to believe week 8. And for you, that means a matchup with Jesuit on the way into the show. Coach, I looked at NolaCatholicLeague.com, clicked on last year's game, watched the video. I forgot how unbelievably emotionally intense that game was. We did the game on Cox 4. It was our game of the week, play-by-play. A 24-21 win for you guys in overtime. Justin Moraine's field goal won it for you. What a game that was.
It was. We were struggling at the time. We were floundering. St. Augustine whipped us pretty good the week before.
Yep.
So that was a big win for us. We needed that, and it kind of catapulted us into the rest of the season.
Tell me about this year's matchup. Of course, the big switch now with Jesuit, Mark Sanji, your friend and former
head coach.
That's right.
That's right.
What is it like taking on Jesuit this year, and what is different about the Blue Jays with you looking at film as opposed to the team that they brought at the Tad Gormley Stadium last year?
Really, a year better. No different. I mean, Mark took over for Wade. The same assistant coaches are in place. The same players are in place. And they are a very good football team. Don't let them fool you. They're athletic. They're big. They average over 500 yards of offense a game, 42 points a game. I mean, defensively, they're sound. They don't. The most points they gave up was week 1 against Ponchatoula, 24, and that's a very talented team. That's the number 3 team in the state. So I think it's going to be a great game, a great atmosphere. Other than last year when St. Aug won district, the previous 3 years, the Rummel Jesuit games, determined the district championship.
Yes.
All the teams were always undefeated, and Jesuit won two out of those 3, and they had Debo Jones and Paulie Stanton and Tanner Lee, and I think this is a better team than that. Yes.
And like yours,
that's how good I think they are.
Like your quarterback in Chase Forcade, Trey LaForge, has another year under his belt. Those running backs, Mills and Jackson. I was at their game with Shaw, and at halftime, just like your game, this was a close game. Like you, they really stepped it up in the second half, and when they went to the ground attack, it was Mills and Jackson racking up yards. Both, I think, scored a couple of touchdowns as well.
Well, they had over 200 yards rushing, 300 yards passing last week against Shaw. LaForge is just so efficient. I mean, just gets rid of the ball, knows where he wants to go with it. The receiver, Lipscomb, is one of the top in the city. I consider him one of the top in the city. He's got some big numbers. So you couldn't ask for a better game Saturday night.
I remember sitting in the play-by-play booth last year for Cox 4 doing the play-by-play and watching that matchup with a sophomore Christian Fulton and a sophomore Kalijah Lipscomb, that this is going to be a fun matchup to watch the next 3 years. Here we are, fast forward a year later, and Fulton off a 2-interception game. This one's going to be interesting again. How do you see that matchup, those two guys going at it?
Well, I consider it to be a good matchup. The 2 premier players in the district, but Jesuit has other players. I mean, tight end Foster Morrow.
Absolutely.
You got to cover Foster, and you got other guys who catch the ball just as well, so they can spread it around. You can take away 1, 4 others are going to be out there.
Yep.
So you better account for everybody they're putting on the field.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Catholic League in general. And coming into the Catholic League district play, you guys, I think collectively, the 6 teams had lost maybe 3 or 4 games. It was unbelievable. At the time, right now, you and Brother Martin still undefeated. Tell me about what you think of this Crusaders football team, who has also vastly improved from a year ago.
Well, I think the world of them. I've seen them on film versus St. Aug. Skill-wise, running back, receiver, very skillful. Two-way player and Swilling. Swilling's going both ways and very good at it. Brogy, a quarterback, has improved from last year. And they're a physical football team. One thing, you go back to even Jesuit, their offensive line is as big as anybody's offensive line in the district. They're physical. Brother Martin, same thing. They play physical football. So, Jesuit and Brother Martin both have very good offenses, but they're physical on both sides of the ball also.
Back to your game for just a minute before we get to a commercial break. What will be the key this weekend, this Saturday night at Joe Yenny Stadium? What will be the key against those Jesuit Blue Jays on the field, Coach?
Well, I think not to give up the big plays, of course, on defense, make them drive and earn them, which they can do, but just hopefully they don't drive and earn them every time they touch the football. And us on offense, we've got to come out the gate and either match them score for score or try to get up on them.
Time for us to take a break here on Catholic League Football from the Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy. As we do go to break, it's time to check in with our NolaCatholicLeague.com Player of the Week. Time now for our candidates for the Buckwalter Insurance Catholic League Player of the Week. Rummel junior wide receiver David Hensley had 4 receptions for 149 yards, including a pair of touchdowns in Rummel's 35-6 win over St. Aug. Rummel cornerback Christian Fulton had a pair of interceptions against the Purple Knights, both ending St. Aug drives, helping Rummel to a 7th straight victory. Jesuit running back Charles Jackson had 10 carries for 117 yards, including 2 touchdowns, as Jesuit rolled past Shaw. Brother Martin running back Bruce Jordan Swilling, 9 carries, 155 yards, and 2 touchdowns, helping Brother Martin to a perfect 7-0 record, beating Holy Cross 42-10. Brother Martin's senior running back Jared West, 26 carries, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns as Brother Martin cruises to victory. Our Buckwalter Insurance Catholic League Player of the Week after this. The Buckwalter Insurance Group has been servicing clients for over 20 years. Our Kenner office, just off Williams on 20th Street, is here to handle all of your personal and business needs, whether it's auto, home, life, commercial, or business insurance. The Buckwalter Insurance Group is here to help you prepare a strategy to achieve your financial goals. Also with offices in Booty and Destrehan. Stop by or call to get a quote today.
Hi, I'm David Hensley, Buckwalter's Insurance Player of the Week. It feels really good, to know that I helped my team win and I put my team in situations for us to be up on a good team like St. Aug. It feels really good.
He had 4 catches for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns versus St. Aug. Well, he was a letterman as a sophomore, but we had Stephen Dunbar last year, so every week we have a certain receiver emerge as a top receiver, but he's had 250-yard receiving games the last 2 games, so he's played real well.
When we came in at halftime, Coach was really mad at us because we weren't executing the plays that he wanted us to execute. So they stopped our run, I'm not going to lie, but we came out and we had to throw the ball and we executed. They played man coverage on us all day, and Coach just needed us to get open, and I got open, and the rest is just history. It feels great, man. It feels really awesome. I'm a junior and I never really got this feeling, so it's very new to me.
Hi, at Tachi Insurance, we can do it all, not just life, health, and employee benefits. But now we've expanded our product portfolio to include all commercial lines of insurance. At Tachi Insurance, we can truly be your one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. At Tachi Insurance, you get personalized service from Natalie
and Kelsey Tachi.
Realty Executives, where the experts are. The best agents are the most professional and knowledgeable. The best agents are executives. Realty Executives, serving New Orleans and all surrounding communities. Now with offices in Metairie, New Orleans, Mandeville, Herrero, and Destrehan. Realty Executives, where the experts are.
RiverParishFootball.com, the authority on high school football in the River Parishes. Game previews, features, Player of the Week, with video highlights, interviews, shows. We've got it covered. Click on your favorite school's logo and go to their team page. Log on and see what everyone's talking about. RiverParishFootball.com. Watch out, River Parishes. There's a new place you have to check out. It's the Loop and Wingery Sports Company at 2403 Highway 18 in Edgard, right next to the courthouse. Great wings, great atmosphere, and a great place to bring the whole family. Just ask West St. John head football coach Robert Valdez. It's the Loop Wingery and Sports Company in Edgard. Small town, big dreams, crafted with love. Welcome back to Louisiana Baseball and Softball Academy. Pleased to be joined by LBSA's Marketing and Sales Director, Glenn Formo, a former Rummel guy, by the way, a former Tulane guy as well. Glenn, thanks for being a part of the show today. Tell us a little bit about what you want people to know about this facility.
Well, we got 23,000 square feet here, 20 batting cages, real clay pitching mounds, 10,000 square foot turf field. We got things here to where players can come here, do what they got to do baseball-wise, softball, baseball-wise, and get out.
Tell us a little bit about, I know some of the upcoming events, I mean, not just isolated to some of these great college showcases that are coming up. I know you got other things coming up as well.
Yeah, we do. I know last week you had Blake on, and he explained to you about our upcoming events. What we have coming up, too, for the little ones, we now have our 5, 6, and 7-year-old developmental rookie ball league. What we'll do here is coach, train, teach, and develop young players in order for them to learn the game correctly.
That's interesting because, again, that age group is so kind of, in between from coming from T-ball and, wanting to, some kids develop a lot earlier, and you can just tell they need somewhere else to go other than just your local T-ball league.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have a 5-year-old son, and he's been playing since he's 18 months old, Tyler. And you can tell the difference between how he's developed over the years compared to kids that are just starting. And not only do we want to train you on how to do the things correctly, we're going to also put you in scrimmage situations and teach you what to do and how to do it correctly.
Tell the viewers right now how they can get a part of that. If they're watching right now and they're like, hey, I've got little Johnny's age 6, he's showing some development already in baseball. What should they do to be a part of this unique thing you got coming up?
Well, first of all, we were accepting all individuals and teams. If you're an individual, we'll put you on a team. If you're a team, we'll put you in our developmental league. If you have any questions, you can contact me here at LBSA 733-8660, or you can contact me on my cell 914-9947.
Glenn, we appreciate your information about that. Thanks for being a part of the show. Thank you guys for hosting us here on the Catholic League Baseball Show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you got it. All right, for Glenn Formo, for Jay Roth, I'm Eric Ritchie. Thanks so much for watching the Catholic League Football Show.